Welcome, all my right thinkers. Thank you for tuning into your boy Pfunk Thinking Right at my YouTube classroom, I call it, where I do what I do for you. Today, Wrightism 25 Rules to Live By, story with a message in a story. I'm going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. But these are words that when you hear them, they don't use no more. They are respect, loyalty, and trust. The big three, I call it. The trilogy of what I seem to think we ain't using. We done got away from these things that are character builders and things that we need to institute in order to get where we want to go and be better people. Trust me. Respect for others. The first one is we're going to deal with respect. Respect for others. I tell anybody, I tell my wife, I would rather you respect me more and love me less. Because the people that we respect holds a little more cachet than love. Yeah, because the people that we respect, we tend not to do certain things to them. But the people we love, what we do to them. It's another story. Today we're going to talk about respect for others. Here we go. Respect is very important in society, and we have lost a lot of it from what I see, from my viewpoint, at this point in time in my life. 62 years, and I see why old grumpy men, when I was young, I wonder why people mad, why he's so nasty, get off my lawn, those type of guys. Yeah, because what they see and what's going on that they see going on and what they experience ain't going good. I'm one of them guys now. I'm a little upset. And before I start doing my show, before I start doing this, I was angry at just what was going on. But I didn't want to come here and just complain about what's wrong. So I figured if I got a solution, maybe I can help the problem. That's why I do what I do for you. That's my whole point. Instead of complaining, start coming up with some solution. I tell my wife, I'm tired of hearing the problem. Once you get the problem, find a solution. I'm a solution type dude. Let's get some solution. Here go mine. Respect is what will help our situation as a people. First of all, starting with our young. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna have to. I don't have to acquiesce to no child. If you're an adult, the child has to acquiesce and respectfully do what they need to do for the adult. The adult don't have to submit to no children. And I don't. I'm not doing that for none, especially mine. Next one is respect for each other is no longer being taught to our young. They just, so again, these are things that I still don't like. Respect carries a lot of weight because if we all want it, but how many of us give it? First thing I'm doing is giving. I learned that a long time ago. You give it. If you don't get it back, depending how I get it, or you see, we have a problem. I'm not gonna let you disrespect me. I'm gonna respect you, but you're not gonna disrespect me. I get real adamant about that, so excuse me. I feel serious. I'm serious about the respect thing. You see that? Respect for each other needs to be reinstituted to us as a people, mainly our young, because older people, we know we young people, it ain't cool to be disrespectful. That ain't nothing. That's not get your butt whooped. But because we can't do that no more, they get away with talking flip and real. I'm moving on. That's respect. Next one, loyalty. Yeah, remember him? Loyalty, do you have it? Yeah, the question is, we not loyal. I'm from the streets. I've been locked up twice. And both times I had co-defendants, I had co-conspirators. Did none of them do nothing because I did what I need to do. Shut up and took it. That's loyalty. Okay? My buddies, when I was incarcerated, they didn't know from the time that I got locked up to the time I came out what was going to happen to them. But I got one that told me I didn't worry near a day. So why not? He said, I know you. That's loyalty. Here we go. Being loyal to a cause, right? Those philosophy will help you to be better in life. Loyalty is only good if it's given to the right people. Being loyal to the wrong people, get the high heart one every time. Loyalty, when you give it to the wrong cause, you will not prosper. Loyalty, when you give it, loyalty to self is the first law of right thoughts philosophy. And man, Maya, self, to thyself be true. Okay? No matter what you put it, how you put it, loyalty to self is numero uno. Loyalty is given 100% to what it is or who you loyal to. You can't be loyal like a bit. You can't be 50% loyal. You're either loyal or you're not. Like anything else, love, you either love or you don't. You love or hate. Ain't no in between. In the real world, you either do or don't do. It's either sunlight or it's dark. Yes or no. Gender thing. Male, female, end of discussion. I digress. Here we go. My rules in life on the streets, sworn to fun, loyal to none. I'm telling you, I ain't loyal to you. So don't expect me to be loyal, faithful, or honest. Those things ain't happening because I'm telling you, I'm not loyal to the streets. Anything in the streets. Okay? Here we go. Next one is trust. Ooh. Who do you give it to and why? Another one. These are qualities that young people don't even, and they hear it, it don't mean nothing. But we as older, mature people, these are important qualities. These are deal breakers. I think. Well, maybe again, I think a little different, so maybe everybody feel the same way. But here we go. Let's talk about this trust thing. Who you give it to and why? Let's start with this one. I trust me. Through right thoughts philosophy and having knowledge of self, it works for me. I can expound on it, I can teach it, I can give it, but it's only gonna work if you institute it for you. Okay, here we go. Trust, like belief and faith, you give it unconditionally in order to be rewarded for it. You can't say, well, I trust you. No. Either you do or you don't. Like Miyagi told my man, Daniel's son. You either do or you don't. No in betweens. That's how life is done. In any language, in any lingo, in any philosophical concept, it's still gonna come out the same way. I know that much too. Here we go. When your trust is broken, it's a very bad experience and it hurt. I ask my wife all the time. She got a big heart. I love her. And most people understand that about her. But I said, baby, I got a big heart too. But I use mine judiciously. That means I get to pick and choose who I'll allow myself to be nice to and share my heart with. That's the difference in a person conscious and have knowledge of self. They won't get used by people because they're nice. I'm nice. Can't use them. Here we go. Next one is when your trust is given and it's rewarded by giving back. That's a 50-50 deal. Now you got 100%. If I put my trust up, you put your trust up, we come together, trust each other, that's a good deal. Okay? I'm old school, handshake, compromise, understanding, respect one another. I take your word. If you tell me you trust me, I'm going to tell you I trust you. All you can do is take the word. If you know your word no longer any good, pack it up, call it a day. It's important. All you got is your word. All right? And word should be sufficient if it's good. A lot of us don't keep our words, so they're really sufficient. Here we go. Last one is trust in self. God will lead you the right way, like right thoughts philosophy. It's teaching you how to become in touch with you, which is God. We implement it. We consistently keep beating your head with it. You got to conceptualize it, understand it, and then implement it, and you'll see, oh, you think? Okay, that's my point. Here we go. Next one is respect, loyalty, trust. Do you have all of them? See, you might have one, you might have two. But if you ain't got all three, you ain't complete. Okay? You can't miss one. You got to have them all. It don't work. Well, I got most of them. I got clothes. We ain't playing horseshoes. This is life, reality. Understand it, live it, and get good at it. That's the only way it's going to work. Okay, make excuses never work. Here we go. These qualities in life you need to achieve spiritually to achieve spiritual awakening. If you have no respect for yourself, if you ain't loyal to the cause, you don't trust in the process, you're going to lose in discussion. These are all the right thoughts, philosophical concepts that I live by. I do. And trust me, they work. All of them. Every one. Good qualities that you should implement in your life. That's all. Respect for the Creator. Stay loyal to yourself. Again. But you always should trust the process of growing spiritually. That's what it's all about. Trust in the process that you're going through daily, living right, doing right. You did that yesterday, that worked for you. Today, you put that in a state of mind. You do it again. Tomorrow, you look forward to doing it again. That's what right thought philosophy is all about. Consistency. You'll see it pay off in the long run. Watch this. I am. It's paying off now. Okay. Watch this. The last one. Which one of these you can't do without? Ooh. I say none, personally, but let's run it through to see what we got here. In order to reach the highest level of spiritual awakening, none. Booyah. I say each one is as important as the other. They tie into each other perfectly. So which one you can live without? None. Right thoughts philosophy would teach you to master each one of these to the point where you're a master of self. So anyone's deficient, none. You cannot become spiritually awakened without having those three qualities in the mix. Like making a cake. If the ingredients ain't in there, you ain't gonna make a cake. Alright? Here we go. To master self, right thoughts philosophy, you know the need of each one personally. So again, none. Which one of these can you live without? Again, none. The last one is, these are ingredients that all come together to make the whole. God, you, understanding who you are, knowing thyself was the creed that they gave because they knew it was going to come a time. They knew that they were going to get invaded. They knew that they were going to be taken over. They knew that they were going to be taken to a foreign land and been mistreated. Islamic brothers, they knew that too. Okay. I listened to Malcolm X the other day. I was in my Malcolm mode. So when he was still doing his Islamic stuff before it got hectic, he was speaking some of the most truth that any black man in my time had ever spoken. I heard Marcus Garvey. I heard other leaders, but I listened to Malcolm personally because I was doing this with my time. So yeah. And I patted myself after him as being a better black man. Not being a drug dealer, becoming an activist. Nope. Just the way it be. When you wake up, you trying to help your people. Hell, I poisoned them with the drugs. I didn't poison, but I sold drugs to them that wasn't good. Now, I'm not selling nothing. I'm giving. Nobody wants to be bothered. When I was selling drugs, I was the man. Everybody loved me. I kept an entourage. When mother told me, well, you got to have an entourage. No, it's just hang on. I'm doing me. They just want to be part of what's going on. I don't have somebody to hang out. Now, you can't find nobody. I talk to my brother every day. I said, this is your fault. A couple years ago when I was on my journey, and he used to always say, bro, it's lonely at the top. I had no idea what you're talking about. When you living your best life, when you doing things that you think is best for you, everybody's not going to like that. I can't fathom for myself why I don't understand, didn't understand it then. I still don't understand it, but because I'm living it, I see it, I experience it, still don't like it, still don't understand it, but it's true. Y'all ain't, I digress. Which I'm going to do because I've gotten better at understanding my emotions don't really need to be expressed. How I feel don't need to be told. So I do what I do for you. Get the information, put the message in the story, get your little story with the message, and hopefully you get it, and we can keep it moving. I ain't got but 15 minutes, and my time is about up. I don't play beat the clock like my man says, slow it down, so I'm trying to do that. I shorten little tidbits in between, but the whole point is the message is still there, the content is still purposely cared for anybody who's following this concept. It's all about you. That's what I do.